Photos of an ancient civilization on the surface of the moon. These are published by former NASA official. The former director of data and photo control at NASA's Lunar Image Processing Laboratory, Ken Johnson, who was in charge during the manned Apollo lunar program, revealed shocking findings. This expert scientist has revealed that American astronauts have found antiquated machinery of unknown origin on the lunar soil. They even located some gravity-controlled technology machine, and it was not just what they found when they landed on the moon. The astronauts photographed the objects, but NASA ordered Johnson to immediately destroy the photos, but Johnson did not follow the instructions. In his publications, the former director stated that the U.S. government had kept his information secret for 40 years, this information. These Johnson revelations, which date back to the Apollo era, were recently presented in a new book titled Dark Mission: The Secret History of NASA. This book is co-authored by former NASA consultant Richard Hoagland and aerospace engineering consultant Mike Barra. As it became known, JPL Director of SSA Program Kay Ferrari, JPL Director of SSA Program, after a telephone conversation with Johnston on an occasion of the publication of the book, asked him to resign from his position in the space program. The reason was that NASA was criticized. Johnston refused to resign and said he was protected by the Freedom of Speech Act. Nevertheless, Ferrari removed him from his NASA space program without justifying his decision. However, the low-resolution photos contained in the said book depict ruined buildings with huge domes made of glass, as well as stone towers that appear to sit in the air. He said, "I have nothing left to lose. I'm in conflict with NASA, and I'm in the heat of the moment," said Ken Johnston. NASA believes that the ancient civilization found on the moon is not serious. However, the book's authors argue that President John F. Kennedy, who promoted space rapprochement with the Soviet Union, actually intended to share alien technologies with Moscow. In fact, in a speech to the United Nations in September of 1963, Kennedy made a proposal to the USSR to originate a joint mission to the moon. Richard Hoagland stated that Washington's recent interest in lunar exploration is based on lunar conclusions that have been evaluated for 40 years. After all, Russia, China, Japan, and even India have publicly stated their plans to work on lunar exploration. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.